Hello people, right, today we are going to do some hints, tips and tricks. Now I'm not going to be on camera doing this, I'm going to have it facing the other way, so like and subscribe if you like what I do. Alright, thank you very much. Right, tips and tricks for the old lovely Sky Glass. Where shall we start? Right, let's start with the settings, go right to the bottom, settings. Go into picture and sounds and then picture, and then what you want to do is turn that bad boy off because, oh dear, hang on a second, I turned it off and on. It limits the screen brightness. I know it'll probably use a little bit more energy, but you'll get much brighter, clearer, crisper picture if you do that. And then I like my backlight at 80 because at 100% it's very bright and it's just too much for me. Auto aspect ratio, just general, you're probably best off just leaving that like it is. Any and every TV should have that and it should work absolutely fine. HDR, I put it to bright, that's just what I prefer. And it's just entirely up to you how you like that. I don't think it shows up here if I do it. No, it doesn't. That's how I like it, and the same with the Dolby. I like it a nice bright picture, and as much bright as possible. If you see what I mean. For streaming auto, I generally have that on there because it's quite good at upscaling anyway, so that's all good. Custom settings, just contrast and all that junk. So I don't think I've mucked about with this. Colour space management. Oh yeah, I have been in here, but it's nothing I've really changed because you have to do each one individually, which is really annoying. I prefer it when it does them all in one hit. So that is that for that menu. We'll go down to the sound menu. You've got the virtual surround. I've never really done anything with these. The auto volume correction doesn't work. You get loud and quiet sounds all the time, so that's something that doesn't really work. Virtual surround, it's Dolby Atmos, it should do that anyways, even with or without that on. So that's that menu. Oh, let me go back over there. And here we go. Right, I have mine enhanced speech quality because I find a lot of movies and stuff you will get the speech you can't really hear. It's not very clear, but this sort of helps it a little bit more, so you can actually hear the dialogue and what's going on. It doesn't ruin the overall sort of outcome of the film. It just makes it easier to understand what the hell they're saying. I always have the bass boost on. I mean, that is really only if you're using the internal speakers, which I'm not. I'm using Bluetooth at the moment on my soundbar. It sounds just as good as the telly, if not better, because it's a Dolby Atmos soundbar and it's got a subwoofer. So that's the thing the TV lacks. Does have good bass, but it only has that good bass when you've got it on the wall. It only has decent sound quality when you have it on the wall. I've had it on a stand and the sound quality is really rubbish. It's just like your standard sound quality you get out of your standard TV that you need to get a soundbar for. So stick it on a wall and you'll get, you know, passable sound. It's all right. You can live with it. It's quite nice sound, and it does the Dolby Atmos does actually work fairly well. Not as good as my soundbar, but anyway, then you got your Bluetooth option, so you can sort of select where you. Mine's currently on that, but the TV does like to select both options at once, even though only one option is ever clicked, and it's normally Bluetooth. So if you're in Bluetooth mode, you got it on the soundbar. Sometimes the TV speakers will just come on for no apparent reason and slightly out of sync, so you get that sort of echoey feeling, which is not great. But anyway, that is that. Audio language, that's self-explanatory. These are just a few of the things that I've changed on here. This ARC setting for the HDMI is rubbish. It doesn't work in all. Oh, hang on, I've gone down. It doesn't work in auto. Doesn't work in PCM, it doesn't, pass through is absolutely useless. I don't think it's going to be something they can sort out with a software update. I think it's a hardware issue, so that is a bit of a pain in the bum. Let's go on to the custom settings here. I think I've done this already. Yes, I have, because it's the same menu as the last menu. And then of course you can reset your picture and sound if you want to. If you think you've buggered something up, you can go back to where it was. Viewing mode, what have I got it on? Custom, of course, but then you can have whatever else it is you want. It doesn't let me select it down there. Oh, there we go. Music. I don't know why. That's, maybe it turns the screen dark. I've never mucked about with that because I like to set a TV up the way I like to view it, not the way they think you should be viewing it. Right, network. I had an issue with this. You're probably best off just sticking a cable in the back if your modem router, whatever it is close to hand. Because mine drops, well, it hasn't done it actually for a while, I must say. Mine has dropped or been known to drop Wi-Fi in the past, which means I have to restart the TV. You have to unplug it from the wall and plug it back in. Now, I have had the TV actually crash where it won't do a damn thing. It's just stuck on a screen, and I've had to reboot it that way. I've also had the issue of live TV channels sort of being stuck in a 7-second loop, which is really weird because you think, what's going on here? It's like a Groundhog Day thing, and that requires you to unplug it and plug it back in. Now, all of those issues I haven't had in a long time, so they seem to have been fixed, but I haven't seen any updates, so I'm not sure how they've been fixed. So this is for if your eyesight's impaired, if your hearing's impaired, that sort of thing. So you can muck about with all of that in there. I don't need to do that, not at the moment anyway. Might do for my hearing, but it's fine. Oh, it's commentary, but that only works if available. Connected devices, right? So you've got your Sky remote, and then you've got your HDMI One Touch. Okay, I didn't know this was in here, so we'll turn that on and see if it actually recognises the Xbox Series X that I have, because it doesn't recognise it any other way. It's only recognising it in only recognises my HD Fire Cube, and that's a lot older than the Xbox, so bit of a weird thing there, because Sky, on one of their adverts I've seen, said that it recognises every single device that's plugged in. Simply not true. Simply not true. I've had something else plugged into it. I can't remember what it was, but it didn't pick that up either. So another lying thing there that Sky are playing. Bluetooth devices. So this will have my soundbar in. I haven't been meaning to put. It's seeing it as a headset, which is absolutely fine, because doing that it actually controls the volume, which you don't get if you plug in via ARC. So I haven't managed to get Dolby Atmos running through. The TV doesn't seem to throw Dolby Atmos through Bluetooth, which you can do apparently. It's a thing. It's available on Bluetooth. So I believe they could sort that out with a firmware update, because I'm sure they've got the latest Bluetooth device in this TV. I would have thought so, unless they've made it very cheaply. But anyway, that's my living room speaker, as I call it. It's all Google enabled and all this, that and the other. Sorry, I've gone back to the beginning. Now I've got to find my way back to that menu, which they put the settings right at the bottom, which really frustrates me. It needs to be at the top, people. Or not people, Sky people. Accessibility, I think we're in connected devices. That's a Bluetooth anyway. That's everything on there. So we've gone through that menu. Parental, if you've got a lot of kids, you don't want watching TV programs when they shouldn't be, or watching stuff through, well, I would say Netflix, but it wouldn't work that way anyway. It's only Netflix that would have that sort of setting in there. So I don't really see. I suppose your Sky Cinema and stuff. So that's only going to be for Sky content, and maybe normal TV content. Not sure. Privacy. Voice mic enabled. That's for me to tell the TV what to do, even though it doesn't work. I just use a remote control now. The voice recognition is really rubbish. It's absolutely shocking. So it's not even worth the label that's printed on it. It's not even worth it being on, to be quite honest. I might as well turn it off. Start up and standby. I like it when it, when I walk in the room and it turns on. It's a bit annoying at night. It is meant to turn off at certain times of the day, like in the evening. I think it's meant to turn off at like 10 o'clock, so that doesn't turn on if you go to bed and then walk back in the room. But simply not true, because it does still come on sometimes. Network standby mode, yeah, that's fine, I guess. I'm guessing that would be that auto standby mode is really, really annoying, because if you're sat down watching a film, because you don't generally move that much when you're sat down in a chair watching a film, you sort of have to grab the remote control and give it a little shake till it lights up. Yes, the remote control, if I can get it to work, oh, there we go, is sort of illuminated. So that's a pretty cool feature. Network standby mode, I suppose that's a good idea for updates. It's not necessary, because you could do it when you turn the telly on. Standby mode at night. Save energy, I'm guessing that's when it's not being used. I'm not really sure on that, because that would affect the picture quality as well. Not too fussed on that at the moment. I might delve into that a little bit in another video. Autoplay. I haven't been in this. Anyway, I don't really know what that is. Autoplay for... Oh, I'm guessing it's when you highlight stuff with the cursor thing on the screen. Software version, blah blah blah, resets and updates. So, no, I thought it showed you when it was last updated on here, but I don't think it does, not that I can see. Anyway, oh, it won't go back now. Oh, that's everything. So that's everything on that sort of side of it. Need a settings menu at the top here. Not really much else to say. I mean, this is where your most recent open apps and stuff go, even though it does like to repeat itself quite a bit. I don't think I really need to tell you about all this junk here, because it's self-explanatory. And there's not really any settings you can do. I mean, apps and inputs, you go to the apps, that's it. It doesn't let you download any, because I would like to download... Oh, here comes the cat. She's going to jump on my shoulder. I would like to get that new ITVX, but it doesn't look like I can. I go into the Sky Store, if it's going to load. There we go. So I do prefer Android TVs. So no, there are not any apps or anything you can download here, which is really rubbish. It'd be nice to have a choice of apps. So it's not being a smart TV because you're limited on your apps. You can only use what they tell you can use. Anyway, that is my video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me just come round the front. Hang on, I'll actually turn it around. Oh, no, I'll come round. Hello. Right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.